The leafy sea dragon lives in the ocean off of East and South Australia. The water is about 55 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. It is 25 meters below sea level, and it lives among rocky and leafy reefs.
Abiotic and biotic factors in the leafy sea dragon's environment includes seashells, rocks, sand, water, oxygen, and sunlight. Coral, seaweed, plants, algae, shrimp, fish, sponges, starfish, dolphins, and sharks.
The scientific classification for the leafy sea dragon is in a domain Eukarya, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, subfamily, genus, and species name is Phycodurus equis.
There are many physical characteristics for the leafy sea dragon that includes hard, bony plates, a small head with a long, thin, pipe-like snout. Its tail is about the total length of its body. It has transparent dorsal and pectoral fins. It has leaf-like appendages all over its body, and it has a long, sharp spine. The color is a yellowish brown and green with pink rib bands, and it is about 35 centimeters. The leafy sea dragon is an omnivore. It reproduces sexually, and the male carries the eggs for about 9 weeks. When the eggs are ready to hatch, they begin to change colors.
The leafy sea dragon has some behavioral characteristics that make it unique and survived, such as in late winters they migrate to shallow waters. When the male is ready to mate, their tail turns yellow. They are poor swimmers. Their movement is very swift. They disguise for survival. They move easily among aquatic plants. They move to deeper waters when food is scarce. The males carry the eggs and they travel alone. They stay still for a long period of time.
Adaptations in the leafy sea dragon environment are 1. Fins are transparent, so it makes them look like seaweed. 2. They can change color of their eggs to make it look like it's the environment. 3. Spines on the body to make it stronger. 4. Use protrusions to disguise itself. And 5. Eyes can move different ways at the same time for binding. This helps it in its environment because it blends into the rocks and the plants, and most predators can't see it, so it won't eat it.
While the leafy sea dragon males are carrying the eggs, algae grows on the eggs and acts as camouflage. This is an example of mutualism. For an example of commensalism, the leafy sea dragon hides in colorful coral. The last symbiotic relationship is parasitism. That's when the isopods attach to the leafy sea dragon and try to feed off of them.
The leafy sea dragon only gets eaten whenever a large fish is trying to eat plants that it's hiding in and they accidentally eat it.
The leafy sea dragon has competition with its similar animals, including the weedy sea dragon and the seahorse. They have competition for plankton, mysids, amphipods, small crustaceans, and larval fishes. Leafy sea dragon doesn't have teeth or a stomach.
Sea dragon's color changes due to its environment and diet.
Symbol of South Australia. Our food web starts out with the sunlight's energy. At the bottom of our food web, we have the producers. Algae. Algae goes to Artemia, krill, plankton, and mysid. They are all primary consumers. Artemia goes to sand crab, krill goes to larger shrimp, plankton goes to larger shrimp, leafy sea dragon, and the weedy sea dragon. Mysid goes to leafy sea dragon, weedy sea dragon, and sponges. Sponges, weedy sea dragon, the leafy sea dragon, and larger shrimp and sand crabs are all secondary consumers. The larger shrimp go to angelfish and bass. The leafy sea dragon goes to angelfish, bass, and catfish. The weedy sea dragon goes to bass and catfish, and sponges go to catfish. Catfish, bass, and angelfish are tertiary consumers in our food web. When any organism dies, they go down to the very bottom of our food web, which is the decomposers, the planktonic decomposers / bacteria.